This is a Headgum podcast.
Oh, we've started. We're so surprised. We were caught off guard. The show has began.
Oh, let me put my pants up. Oh, hey everybody. I'm Wayne Brady.
I'm Jonathan Mangum.
And welcome to What If? It's the show where we have guests on from what? Comedy, we hope the world of literature, science, just unexpected people that you just want to hang with, really.
Women's lacrosse.
With women's lacrosse?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know about that.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
If you are a women's lacrosse player and want to be on the podcast, please hit us up in the comments.
In interest of just a lacrosse player. Let's open it up to lacrosse players in general.
For me, the women of lacrosse.
So let's just have lacrosse players in general. And now we're going to get inundated by a flood of lacrosse players. And then the rugby players are going to say that now we've excluded them. So rugby players too.
Nope. For me, I would like the women of lacrosse only.
Well, for me, I want rugby players. Just this morning on Instagram, I didn't know this, and we've seen a rugby match, I think, when we were over in Australia on tour.
Yeah, we did.
They grab, rugby players wear short shorts anyway, and this is for the guy and girl players. The ball will be coming at them, which is, I guess, analogous to the kickoff in American football. They will lift their partner. There's a whole thing. They lift you, you jump, and they grab you by your short shorts, and they extend up in a bastardized version of the Dirty Dancing lift, where you jump and you catch the ball. But for that second, the short becomes a thong. It is enveloped by your butt, what we in my neighborhood would have called coochie cutters.
Okay.
Or Daisy Dukes, but we'd call them coochie cutters. Up in your bum so you could catch the ball and then you come down. And then when they come down, it's still up in the bum.
I will now accept rugby players of all sexes.
So that's what we do here at What If. We invite various sports players and funny people in general onto the show, and we ask them questions about life, the multiverse, and whatever.
And everything you see today, with the exception of all other things that aren't this show, did that make sense? Are completely made up. Mm-hmm. And we even have music with Branson Najim on the keyboards.
Very nice. Very nice. Now,
yes, exactly.
Yes. Now,
yes, and with no context. Hey, yes, and.
Yes, and.
Oh.
Block.
Oh. Oh.
No.
Yes.
Deny.
No.
Yes.
Rugby.
And for those of you not watching, that was me reaching up like I was catching the ball, but my shorts were wedged. And it's the only sport that I've seen this.
The coochie cutter?
It is absolutely, where's my phone? I'll show you. And to those of you at home, yeah, just go and Google
coochie cutter?
I don't know if you Googling coochie cutter will get you rugby. It might get you an early 90s rapper who had one song.
Okay.
Hey, MC Coochie Cut. Right up from the butt. From the corner, from the balls and the nuts. Coochie cut. Somebody cutting that coochie. Is it Lucy? Maybe Hank. That stink.
That's your taint. Yes, it ain't.
Mm-hmm. Look at that paint. Coochie cut. Coochie cut. Okay, I refuse to do any more songs
today
about coochie cut.
Oh, okay.
That's beneath us.
It is literally beneath us.
That is. Oh wow, that's very base. That's not who we are as people, nor performers. We speak the Queen's English.
We are erudites. I'm sorry, I spelled it wrong. Erudite.
But I do like that as a name in a fictitious Shakespearean play.
Eruditus.
I am Eruditus, the cousin of the great Testicles.
Ah, yes.
Who's back from his decade-long journey.
For those of you listening, Wayne is currently Googling on his phone.
Yes, because I've talked about it at length, and this is what we, in acting, this is Chekhov's gun. Do you know? You know what? Screw you. Just because I take my craft seriously. Do you know what Chekhov's gun is?
I don't.
You know who might? Branson, I assume that you are a relatively well-read person.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know what Chekhov's gun is?
I do.
Please explain.
Yes, I believe Chekhov's gun is when you see or encounter a gun in the first act, or someone talks about it, or it's brought in reference, then it therefore has to come back in the final act of a story because they've laid the breadcrumbs that we're going to eat up in that tasty narrative.
Because it has to be used.
Yes.
And that's what we do in improv is if you lay something out, it has to be used, right?
Now Branson thinks he's getting paid for this.
I know. Hey, Branson, I'm going to edit out everything that you just said.
Sounds good.
So I will put in, hey, Jonathan, you know,
I do. I know exactly what it is, Wayne. It's when there's a gun or knife in the first act of something, and some bullshit.
right. So if I don't really show people, let me see, rugby, and then we're going to get to our guest, who I want to find out his
Rugby experience.
In rugby, players sometimes lifted by their shorts, especially during lineouts and at the kickoff. This is done to gain height advantage and compete for the ball effectively. The shorts secure as a secure grip for the lifters, allowing them to lift their teammates higher and higher, also known as the coochie cut.
Oh, coochie cut.
The coochie cut. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, today's guest is a stand-up comedian known for his impressions of everyone from Bernie Sanders to Freddie Mercury to Elon Musk. That's range.
That's range. That's range.
That's range, right?
Yeah.
You can hear him as Bane on Harley Quinn, which I can't wait to have him do as Bane. I've seen, if you haven't watched Harley Quinn on Max, what if our guest today was James Adomian?
It was nice being there, stuck in the science fiction cone of non-communication.
Right?
Being like, I can't wait to communicate with them.
First off, yes, thanks to Instagram, I've seen you, but because I am a fan of the Harley Quinn animated show, which is something that I didn't know that I needed in my life, and the spinoff Kite Man,
yeah.
2, your Bane. Your Bane is ridiculously funny, sir.
Well, I've always wondered when it would be my turn.
Hey.
Whose line is it anyway?
And what I love about your Bane, in my dream, the show is written and it's really well written. But I hope you also get a chance to go off the rails because some of the stuff seems like you improvised it.
Yes, and furthermore.
And I love that. Yes, and furthermore.
we do. It is.
Yes.
It is a greatly written show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky that I know the team that writes it, and they're usually on the record sessions with me and stuff. But from the very beginning, they've been like, oh, you got an idea there, do it. So like do it as scripted and then do it, play around with it and stuff. And I love that. I love that because then, you find something embarrassing that he might say about himself.
Yes. I love the arc where Bane is looking for love, and he would go to any lengths. He time traveled into the potty, to go find his lady love who wanted nothing to do with him.
And we went to the 80s for that.
You went to the 80s. Great episode. You've never seen this show.
I have not seen the show, but I have seen him do that impression and many others, and it's such a cool thing to see someone do it well. Because there's a lot of people that do impressions. They're like, oh yeah, I can see that's that guy. You know what I mean?
Well, impressions are a tricky thing, right? That you're really banking on the audience's knowledge of the source material.
Yes, or it's got to be you have to have picked such a wild, out there, insane person that it's funny even if they don't know who he is.
Yes.
Like, this is my favorite example of this. My God, Slavoj Žižek, the European philosopher, etc. And, my God, some people, they don't, etc., do not understand that he is a person who is from the former Yugoslavia. And yet there is 50% who understand the reference completely and yet disagree with it.
Wow. Not only is that impressive, your microphone is more wet than my panties right now.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, we're not talking about rugby anymore, are we?
Oh, but we are.
Oh.
So impressions.
When we are on the pitch, you see, and we are trying to do a scrum, let us honestly look at the scrum.
Yeah.
There is a large homoerotic group versus another homoerotic group. Does it not take us back to the work of Socrates?
It does. It does. That's what I was going to say. It takes us right back.
If that character was hired to be a rugby coach, wouldn't you watch that on that's like an Apple TV, like follow up to that soccer show? Where it's like he's a Yugoslavian philosopher. He's the only one that would take the job. Can he turn this ragtag group of rugby
Coming
players
to Apple
around?
Plus?
Yeah.
The Ljubljana existentialists take the field.
That's right.
The record is 0-0. They have won and lost 0.
Now, how long have you improvised?
I don't, it's been a long time. I used to do improv in the old days, but now I mostly do stand-up and cartoons. So I was doing it when I was like 19. at the Groundlings.
Oh, Groundlings, okay.
And then I slowly went through that world through the Sunday Company of sketch comedy and improv. And then when UCB opened, I did a lot of stuff with them over there. It was kind of at the same time that I was at the Groundlings. And then I now I just kind of do it for fun. I'm not on an improv team much these days.
Oh yeah, but you have to be on a team. Just showing up randomly doing improv, even when you're not supposed to.
Well, I guess I've heard it from the Lord.
Yeah. So please just go someplace and do it. Spread the word. Spread my word, son.
Suddenly a bunch of fish jump onto me.
Yes. Yeah, but don't eat them. Just let them play. Don't eat them. Just let them play.
I wish there was an answer in like regular church that everyone would respond, I guess I've heard it from the Lord.
Right, and the Lord says, and then you understand that thou shalt go and commit improv in places where improv is not allowed.
I guess I've heard it from the Lord.
And yes, and to you.
And yes, and to you.
And yes, and also to you.
And yes, and also to you. I haveth your back. I haveth your back.
Yeah.
The parable of the zip, zap, and the zop.
Oh, yes.
For when they were thrice zip, zap, zopped, they were whole. But then when the zop was removed, it was merely the zip and the zap, making it incomplete unto the warm-up.
If you are truly the son of yes and, can you not make a zip into a zap?
It is true. And why dost thou, in between services, take me out back and just do the zip?
Oh, now we have gotten darkest in the yes and. Take my suggestion.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I'm giving you an offer. Oh, it's time for the offering.
May I get a suggestion from the audience before I join my Lord?
Penis, for that is what we of the common yell at every show. Penis. And it is so written that if the comedian is black, we shall make a joke about his big penis. Joke? For yes, not all stereotypes are grounded in the reality. Oh, I could do this all day, but this
I've
is about
learned
you.
so much.
I couldn't think of anyone better to do an episode of What If, because you have a multitude within you of voices that we could what if different scenarios.
We could, but we've almost forgotten, because we've done this every show. Every guest on our show gets their own theme song.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
la la.
So you can participate in the theme song as well if you choose. But I think it's just time for a little theme song for our guest.
Do you sing? Because I would imagine as an impressionist, you sing.
Yeah, I sing badly. I sing comedically.
Okay, good.
I
Me
sing
too.
for karaoke and I sing for cartoons. And
Perfect.
At the end of a show, if I'm doing some hour and a half long show as some character, there's not a lot of easy ways to get out of a show where you've been Elon Musk or Orson Wells for an hour and a half. So then it's the fun game is like, what's the big dismount at this point?
And then we sing. Maybe the question is, who are you, James?
Who indeed?
Who is James?
Who is James?
Who is? A series of question marks.
Maybe this song will attempt to answer.
Can a man not riff?
Can a man not riff? Who is he?
Can a man not ask?
Who is he?
Who indeed?
Who is he? Who is he? Who is he?
Who is James?
I love this Danny Elfman track.
Who is James?
Who is James?
James. Adomian. Adomian. Is that it?
Hard to pronounce the first time.
But it isn't. It's so easy to look at on
Phonetic.
paper. It's only Adomian.
Phonetic.
Adomian.
Phonetic.
Me.
When he's not there, is he someone that is missed? Will he be Elon Musk or a Yugoslavian existentialist?
Obviously, I think it's like that's so cool.
Who is James? So many people inside of him, so many voices and choices. Obviously, when he was a kid, a little kid who made a lot of noises.
When does he start? When does he begin? Is he gonna pull out some Harley Quinn? James.
James, who is he?
the top 1% of the top 10%
Bernie
controls
Sanders.
more wealth than the bottom 10% of the bottom 90% of 100% of 420%.
A congested Larry David.
Larry David morphed into Bernie Sanders. That's who he is. Ooh, now,
Yeah.
when he was growing up in the ATLGA, that's Georgia. He went to school, but he wanted to play. He didn't graduate. He decided that instead of academia, he would want to be on cartoons all day and on stage. And he would say to you that he's James.
James.
You read the Wikipedia page.
I read the page of James.
James.
There's a controversy tab you can click upon.
James.
James.
And is it from home, you fools?
He's out of reach. There's no giant peach. He is James.
That was a good song
Now I've got my
have your theme
intro
song.
music.
that you can play for every show that you ever do.
Good. Finally, I can. Finally, I can dump the Queen riff.
You have 6 minutes up top to just play with.
It's a long intro, but it's worth it.
I should do that on the road.
So I love the Bane voice so much. Bane was a cartoon before the Christian Bale thing happened, like at one point.
Yes.
And then he did. Wait,
Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Christian was the Batman. Is your Bane a commentary on his thing?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I was praying.
Because I went in there, and you audition for several parts at the same time. So they were just like, audition for all the male parts or whatever, or like half of them or whatever. So then I was like, I saw the Bane. There was like one page of it, and I was like, you want me to do this as the Tom Hardy Bane from the movie? And they started laughing. They were like, yeah, just do that. So I just did that, and I read their script like the Tom Hardy Bane, and they were like, they liked it. They were like, okay, that's great.
I love the character of Bane and what he does with it, but I've always wondered, why does he talk like that?
It is a bold choice.
It's a
mad choice.
It's such a choice. It's such an out there choice of why this guy talks, because I think the initial Bane, wasn't he Mexican or South American?
Yes, and I did not know this when I took the part. I found out, of course, later. But it was, I guess he's Caribbean, Puerto Rican or something.
Yes.
In some of the comics.
Yes. And so that's why when I first heard the whole, I was like, ooh, why? Did Bane gargle with acid as part of the transformation? What's your rationale for Bane's speech?
No, I don't make any. I'm imitating Tom Hardy. I've almost waited for them to call that out on the cartoon. Exactly that. This is how I'm doing this to sound more villainous.
That's great.
I'd love to see like Bane and Blade come together. Like Blaine. He's half.
So where would Blade and Bane meet?
Yeah, right. At the laundromat. Because
Okay.
neither one of them have washer and dryers.
Right,
obviously.
right. And they can only do it really well. At least Blade. Well, he's a day walker, but he prefers to do his laundry at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me open this motherfucker up.
Hold on.
Shing! Oh, you better not sneak up on me.
Well, careful. I have chemicals in my tubes.
Shing! Let me put my sword away before I randomly slice one of them tubes.
Very well. I didn't want to have to pump my chemicals either, because then it would change the balance of the chemistry of my laundry.
Exactly. It would completely mess up the pH of this bitch.
I see. You are a warrior of the night or day.
I am. A pleasure to meet you. And that's a warrior of the night and day. They call me the day walker, but I walk around at night, so really, I'm a dusk motherfucker.
I've seen the movies. For a day walker, it is very dimly lit.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm trying to do my laundry.
I'll break your back over the knee.
I'm gonna drink that blood. I don't have to, but I want to.
You thought that you knew the laundry. I was born in it.
This was the only kind of impression I could do.
Who are you?
Jordan Peterson.
Oh no!
You should make your bed before you take your sheets off.
I feel embarrassed that I have hurt your spine so much.
Oh.
I, a great villain, look up to you very much.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so sorry. But you know, the good thing is because I did bite you, you're undead now.
My God, man, why? That's all I have.
That and C. The fact that Jordan Peterson
shows up with those two. I like that he got beat up. I would like to see that.
And I love the visual of the back being broken, a la Batman style.
Yes, of Jordan Peterson.
Oh. Now on your IMDb, you have over 150 credits. The man has worked a lot. And
I've worked on many TV shows that
So many
lasted for
things.
like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm
Me too.
the king of the guest stars.
we are the curses of death. Let's see. You played Bernie Sanders, Jesse Ventura, Nixon, Elon Musk,
Oh, yeah.
David Blaine, Mike
I
Lindell,
forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Alan Watts. Now I have to Alan Watts. Who's Alan Watts?
Of course, you know. If you've ever seen any video on YouTube that had very trippy animations of the world, he is the philosopher that is quoted. You are an improviser. The universe itself is your suggestion, you see.
Oh.
And when you stand on stage and you wonder, well, I don't know what I'm going to say, what you begin to realize, if you're very honest with yourself, is that the suggestion is already there. You entered the stage as the improvisational choice of the universe, you see.
He made improvisational 7 syllables.
That's who Alan Watts is. And of course, Orson Wells, who that's one for the kids.
What indeed? What indeed are we doing here? This Headgum?
Yes, this is the Headgum studio.
Headgum. It sounds like a terrible illness of some kind. Have you checked into Cedars Sinai, Wayne?
We appreciate you showing up, Mr. Wells.
You don't. How dare you? You're a pest. I looked at the grapes on your table and they're inedible.
Well, I'll send someone out to go get some new ones.
Yeah,
sir.
yes, you fool. There's no money. That's
Would you like
worthless.
another bucket of Merlot?
Of course, I'd like
Okay,
I've drained the bucket that I have.
Let-
Who is this? Your friend? Your friend?
This is Jonathan. He co-hosts the show.
Yes.
A co-host. What kind of a world exists in the 21st century where a host requires a co-host?
Well, I think since your time,
There's too much directing around here.
we would never deign to direct someone like you.
I wouldn't
Yes.
direct the finest improvisers in Shakespeare like this. You're losing your heads, fellas.
What, is there anything that you'd love to ask Mr. Wells?
I just want to say I'm such a fan of your first work and then everything after.
Are you speaking of War of the Worlds or
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right.
or The Merchant of Venice? My first work. There is an endless number of titles that can be said to be my first work.
Yes, I think that besides Citizen Kane, which is one of the classics, but
Yes, of course. It was a wonderful motion picture. You know, I was 25 years old.
you were 25 when you made that.
Yes, and 25% of the size that I am at the time, you see.
So before you did that, you made War of the Worlds, which really was your calling card.
Of course it was. If you had any connection to the Martians, wouldn't you use it when you entered a room? When you entered Musso and Frank, wouldn't you say you've got to give me everything on the menu or the Martians might win?
This has been a government conspiracy that the aliens that you talked about and that invasion, it actually happened.
Well, of course it did, old man. You think it would make up something like that? What kind of a fool would make up something like that just to be a controversial and unrewarded star for the next 50 years?
Then how are we able to cover that up?
Well, you cover it. You cover it up the way you cover up a magic trick, by throwing cards at the face of the person in the audience.
Now, I'm glad that you said that because we did invite David Blaine.
Oh no!
We did invite David Blaine to come through to talk about how this cover-up was handled.
David Blaine and Linda Blair. They're both
David
here.
Blaine and Linda Blair. I can't wait for Linda to talk.
I don't remember. I don't think I said any words when I played this guy on TV. I don't remember what the game was.
David Blaine.
Oh boy.
I'm Linda Blair.
You got some barf on your shirt.
Oh,
there.
sorry about that.
That's all right. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. sorry. Every blue moon, I still get possessed.
I understand.
I'm sorry about that.
I want you to do something, Linda Blair.
Okay, David.
If you could pull out your ID for me.
Oh, let me just unzip my zip.
And look.
Okay, zips. What? This is you.
Yes, you are me.
What the? I'm David Blaine.
Oh my God!
And that's how the cover-up happened.
That's how. Oh.
That's
I
how
like
the cover up.
I like it.
That demon was very close to Slimer. It was like the ramp up into a Slimer voice.
I auditioned for the role of Slimer and was very bitter at the end of my career that they wouldn't give it to me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I think they gave it to D. Bradley Baker.
Oh yeah, he's our good friend D. Bradley Baker. He does all kinds of.
Orson Wells should have gotten Slimer, the live action version.
Yes, I would have stayed on that delivery cart in the hotel hallway for the entire. The picture would have become like my dinner with Andre, but it would have been my dinner with Slimer, and I would have sat there talking shit about less talented ghosts.
That's a movie I want to see.
Who's first for the Slimer audition? Who's coming? You sir. What's your name?
I'm Jim Varney.
Jim Varney. I love you. And hey there, Vern. Too.
Thank you. I'm a classically trained actor.
Yeah, whatever. So you're here to read for Slimer. If you want to go ahead and start on paragraph 2.
Yes. Who's the other gentleman in the room?
He is your competition.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yes.
Yeah, what? You look like some kind of a hick or a redneck.
Actually, appearances do deceive. I am a classically trained actor with years of Shakespeare under my belt, but occasionally I plumb the depths to play a character where I talk to Vern.
Well, I wasn't condescending you in any way. I was wondering if you could tip me around, if you could suggest a wonderful barbecue lunch after this.
Oh, absolutely. Have you tried Jimmy's Soul Food down on 3rd?
This is the weirdest casting I've ever run. Will you just read the lines for Slimer?
Well,
Where should I start?
Start on paragraph 2, where Slimer becomes emotionally vulnerable and is sorry about the relationship with his stepfather.
And thank you for letting the competition sit in and watch the audition.
It's the new way since COVID.
It's a... Slimer's so emotionally unavailable. Trauma.
Great. I heard a little bit of Snuggles, the Snuggly Bear.
I did play Snuggles in a regional production.
Okay.
Of our town.
And you, sir, state your name, please.
I need no introduction.
Oh, of course. Of
This is
course.
Orson Wells.
You don't know who I am?
Orson.
There's a cloud of cigar smoke 14 years deep.
But Jesse the Body Ventura's also auditioning?
Yes, he is.
Look, I'm waiting my turn.
Why don't you go ahead, Jesse? Why don't you?
You think I should just go when you tell me to go?
I think you should just read the lines,
That's
Jesse.
not my choice as an actor.
So you would like to choose to read when I don't want you to read?
Why do you think I need to tell you what my choice is when I need to do what I need to do?
You know,
you might not even know when I'm performing. How would you know? Can I please get cell phone silenced?
I'm so sorry.
So unprofessional of another
This is
actor
how
to
I
do
throw off the competition, as I leave my cell phone on so that I screw up their auditions.
That's so smart.
Because I am James Varney.
We're giving it to you, Mr. Ventura. Congratulations.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Here's my Slimer. Let me tell you something, McMahon. I don't care how much ectoplasm you throw at me. I've been around the underworld. I've seen Cerberus, the 3-headed dog. I've seen Hades, and I've taken him off the top rope. We're not afraid of any Ghostbusters, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, or possibly even 4. You're going down.
He has the role.
Wow, he's got the role. And that is how that role was formed.
You're a hell of a Slimer.
You're great, man.
Did you do Slimer before somewhere?
No.
Oh no, that's good.
No, I'm just a fan.
It was like the 80s cartoon Slimer. I liked the
Exactly.
where he had more of a role.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for knowing. When I tell folks I love animation so much, which is why whenever I get to do voiceover, it just thrills me because the freedom you get as a voice actor to play.
Oh yes,
That's amazing.
yes. On camera, I'm like, well, I'm a middle-aged, overweight, gay white guy, and then
Who isn't?
And and then in animation, I am all those things.
Right.
But it could just look like whatever you want it to.
That's awesome.
It's like I could be, suddenly you're a wizard or whatever, and it's like nobody would let me play a wizard on camera.
Yeah.
In animation, absolutely.
Yep.
Or a duck with half a brain, whatever the hell. Yeah. I love it. There's so many out there choices and universes. You could even play a whole goddamn planet as a monster.
I don't know if a duck with half a brain would be able to even survive. Like if half the brain is gone, that's not even an alive.
Well, arguably that's Darkwing Duck.
Oh, I see.
You were Darkwing as well?
No.
I was gonna say,
that was just one of my favorites when I was growing up.
Darkwing Duck. I love Darkwing Duck.
Let's get dangerous. Those Disney theme songs, they really slap.
They were the best theme song because then at that point I think there was a place in animation where, like in sitcoms, you were allowed at some point to really, the songs were just as important to the narrative as the narrative. That the songs set stuff up. That the songs were great. Even the songs from like the Goofy movie. Now all these kids on TikTok and Instagram, they're all dancing to the Goofy to what was it, Shock Line or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's like popular again right now.
It's
I
popular
noticed.
now. Those songs
They
really,
weren't even alive when that came out.
so they do slap. So
I'm so glad that you said slap. Like as a middle-aged white guy, it gives a middle-aged white guy like me also think that I can stay relevant too. Bet.
ooh,
Bet is a good one.
But Bet's been around for, like I've said Bet since I was a teenager.
Well, you've always been cool, Wayne, but some of us are not as cool as you. And
So like Bet.
bet.
But what's one of the things that we shouldn't say, because we both have kids and we get made fun of if we try too hard to say something
sound
that's
cool.
current.
Yeah. Right.
What's a current thing?
I would. You're asking the wrong. Who are you asking? The pillows.
Skibbity toilet? Is that
All
how-
right,
yes?
No.
skibbity shit.
I still don't think that anybody has used that in a sentence.
You don't understand, Wayne, because you're old.
Do they really say that in a sentence?
I've heard a couple kids
Oh,
say
your
it.
skibbity toilet.
No, they refer to something as skibbity, and then maybe skibbity toilet.
So skibbity is bad, and skibbity toilet is basically shitty. Is that?
It's kind of based on a meme with a toilet that was on the internet. I don't know much more. There's not a lot I know about many things, including rugby or lacrosse or animation. But
You know what I love about rugby too? I meant to say this. I love when you're watching it on TV and it's a sport that you don't understand and the announcers. I love listening to the announcers.
Oh, yeah.
And they're always like not British, but they're from some other place they're from some odd accent place you don't know. And they're like, they've really taken it down to the stink. They've got their quads up against their thighs. I love you're like, what the where?
Taking it up to
how
the
does this
stink.
game won and lost?
yeah,
I don't understand the game, but I love the sheer physicality of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't wear pads. So the fact that they're running, hitting each other, the athleticism is amazing.
Right. He's sprinting down the pitch. He's chugging a beer while he's doing it.
And rarely do you see somebody who, they're all like super in shape.
yeah.
But
Yes.
our football players, it's almost, you want your lineman to just be, hey man, number 25 out of Oakland, Oakland University.
I played football up until the first year of college, and I used to be good at it, but I was a lineman, and I was a skinny lineman, which is very rare.
Yeah.
So I was an opposite person than I am now. I was like a skinny lineman, and the whole thing was to basically a stronger, larger person, like, trick them so they would fall down.
Oh,
Yeah.
so skinny linemen use what's that? Is it use judo almost?
Basically,
that,
yes.
That transference of weight.
And that was a trick that worked very well in high school, but at the college level, they were just like, haha, nice try, I'm too big.
Oh no.
Too big. I'm all up on you.
Yeah, my college, I was like a third string punt returner in college for 1 year. My college life, my football life ended with a coach yelling, "Whoever that is, get him off my fucking field!"
Well, that answers the question I was going to ask you about. How long did that dream last?
No.
But I guess that was the dream.
No, college was the end of it.
What school is that? What college?
That's Whittier College here
Whittier.
in LA.
Sure.
Where's
I'm
Whittier
a poet.
College?
I'm a Whittier poet.
As someone who math scares the hell out of me, It says you are the grandson of a prominent Armenian-American mathematician.
That's right.
Who developed
The Adomian decomposition
the
method.
Adomian decomposition method for solving nonlinear differential equations. Do you understand it?
I understand the words.
Yeah, like I get the words.
But when I've seen the math written out in the books, I'm like, yeah. Can someone describe it in words again? Yes, it is a way. Here's the short version of it.
Please.
Is very complex, almost unsolvable or not solved yet equations, or they're so complex, supercomputers have to work on them to. He came up with a way of approximating the answer by breaking it down into multiple small equations that comes up with an answer that's so similar to the actual answer that it's like good enough, or like it's better than what a supercomputer would yield.
That actually makes sense to me.
Yeah. It's kind of like he's just taking a guess. Is that what you're saying?
It's not a guess. It's like he found a method for breaking complex equations and questions down into simpler ones,
Right, so
and
when
answering them
something-
together.
So when it's so big, you take it into its component parts.
Yes.
So you would put these in parentheses and do this and do that.
There's some of that.
And hopefully the answers, if there's a common answer, then that should be the answer of the whole.
If you applied that to your offensive line, you would have kept all those guys out.
If I had brought math into the
Yes,
equation.
that's all it needed.
If you would have, but why didn't you?
Oh man.
What if Elon Musk? Because people, I think people give Elon Musk way too much credit for being smart. But let's see.
Actually, I have to push back. If I might push back with you, Wayne, I think I get far too little credit for kind of being like a genius, like legalized comedy, right? Exactly. I think when one is presented with a genius, obviously someone who sits like this, and says, "Look how smart I am," right?
Right.
I think naturally, like lower vibration people sort of like give less credit to that person, and like higher vibration people say, "Wow, it's a genius. I want to give him his 15th child."
Oh.
I think that's like true love. When like a woman says, "Oh, there's a genius," I think I want to submit to the kind of almost hot guy that he's made himself.
That actually would make an incredible R&B song. Elon Musk featuring a couple backup singers about submit to genius. That sounds like a really
Isn't that already a grime song?
Yeah. Ooh, baby.
Obviously.
I want you to submit to me, baby. Ooh.
In the world of 1, 2, and 3, it can always be you and me. But when you see the size of my dick, you might say, "Wow, that's a small prick."
Wow.
But there's another part of me, obviously, LOL, that's bigger than anything you've ever seen in heaven or hell.
What is it?
It's my brain.
His brain.
Obviously, right? Obviously, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, bitch. Submit.
Submit to his genius. It's just like his penis. It's big. Submit to his genius.
It's actually very, very small, and I think you have to get used to that. Like a genius's penis might be broken and small, and the cum kind of drips out. It drips out in a way, but it artificially can inseminate you, of course.
Oh, there goes a kid. There goes his brother. There goes the other one. That's that one's mother. Here comes a third and a fourth and a fifth. Oh no, what you gonna wish for? A vasectomy?
Hey,
For you and me?
come on.
Snip, snip, snip. You should
Yeah.
think about it. I say to ye.
I'm actually going to unplug your social security.
No.
So your mother and your father are not going to live that long, so you need to start making more babies to make up for it.
Make some more babies, baby.
We're going to get rid of old people so that I can have 15,000 more children myself.
Submit to his genius. Submit to his genius. Submit to his genius.
Submit to his genius.
Oh. He's a dude that you will not be beating. He's like pi 3.1 for repeating. He's the smartest, and let me explain. His penis is scaled down to his brain.
Neuralink, Tesla, obviously the AI.
Tesla is such a cool company because we've improved cars so that they don't have handles anymore. Isn't that great?
His penis is his cock. You type it into Grok.
People think that he created the Tesla when he really just funded the Tesla. But cool, submit to him.
Yeah, I almost might as well have created outer space, right?
Right?
Submit to his genius.
I'm South African, but also Canadian, so I'm evil, but I'm very polite about it.
Submit to his genius.
So fucking smart.
I've oozed out again.
That is, you know what? That's top of the charts, man. Wow. Top of the charts.
I would love it if he was also like, I'm like an artificial video game champion. I also have like an R&B hit on the charts.
Oh my gosh.
You know, he actually would claim that. He would make it so that he would have a chart.
Yeah.
And then if we all didn't listen, we would be threatened somehow.
Right. You're gonna in the future. It's gonna be like in the very near future. We've already sprung it upon you. If you want to like call your Social Security account and check on where your mother's check is, you're going to have my music playing in the background, or the call won't go through.
His music is the hold music for the world.
Yeah. Doesn't he claim to be a Diablo? Is it Diablo champion? Like he's like the top rated.
Shut up! I've never heard him say that.
No,
it's true.
He has.
Okay.
And he had a team of his guys, his young interns, playing it for him.
Oh, is that what was happening?
He had people playing it for
under
him
his handle,
and he purchased a bunch of improved weapons and
It
stuff.
is. It said Elon Musk Diablo. He's claimed to be a top 20 Diablo player in Diablo 4.
Well, you should have seen my progress in the video game Qubit, obviously. I always felt that Qubit was a lot like myself, like a guy with an oddly shaped nose, kind of like hopping around in space. And you hop, and obviously,
So, have you ever auditioned for SNL?
There's no more rewarding part of my life than the things that I haven't done. Yes, of course I have. Yeah, I auditioned. Yeah,
How many times?
twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
And do you get feedback from an audition like that? Because I've never auditioned.
For them?
For them, yeah.
No. They don't give feedback.
I did it too. Yeah, no feedback at all.
They're a mysterious shadow organization that is above the idea of communicating with people. They're peasants.
Because I would
go before
imagine
them.
being able to pull out all of these voices and the fully realized characters around them, especially the political characters, would be a gold mine.
Well, this is a long time ago. This is back in my 20s when I auditioned there, and I was doing completely different people. I was doing like, it's like George W. Bush, I appreciate that. I think you just asked your own question. But they don't do the auditions with an audience, so it's just judgmental producers in the room, and it's like, if they had seen it with an audience, they'd be like, "Oh, it kills! Everyone's laughing."
I auditioned,
but they don't do that.
20 years ago when I did my half Jordan Peterson impression, and no one knew.
No one knew who he was at the time.
It also was only half good, and no one knew who he was.
If only they would have known.
Yeah.
If I would have auditioned for SNL, and there are some days that I go, oh man, I should have auditioned for SNL. I would have auditioned because I used to do a lot of impressions when we first started. And then I realized that the work it takes to keep up with culturally relevant impressions, I don't have that want.
Right.
So all of mine were Arrested Development. So I stopped at Sammy Davis Jr.
Yes!
and Michael Jackson and all these wrestlers and all these guys. But I had one that I could definitely say that to this day, I'm the only person, and maybe the only black man, the only black comic who's ever done this impression. I do the uncle from Mary Poppins. In the scene when
this is fun.
They bubbles. The bubbles.
Yes.
I'm flying.
Oh, it's Ed Wynn.
It's Ed Wynn. I am the only brother who has done Ed Wynn. I will go down saying that. Not even the
Mustard. Let's not be silly.
Ed Wynn, but it's not so popular nowadays. So I don't think I'd
It's trending on TikTok.
What?
Yeah, the Ed Wynn
They're
impressions.
not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us. Certified pedophile.
Oh my God. Edwin doing
Minor.
Oh my God. Oh
Wow.
my God.
Wow.
Hey, let's not be silly.
What's the oldest impression that you can pull out?
That's fun. That's a fun. Sure. Yes. Oh, from that movie. Can you stand on your head?
Oh yeah.
Most everyone is mad around here.
What's the name of the actor?
The Cheshire Cat, of
Yes.
course. I forget his
Was
name.
that Jim Cummings?
No,
too?
he's maybe in the later ones, but then he did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But in the old days, I forget his name. It's an old. He did Ka the Python in Jungle Book 2.
Yes.
Say now, what have we here?
Yes, there's like a draw.
Delicious man cub.
Sterling Holloway.
Thank you,
Thank
Sterling
you.
Holloway.
Wow. Such a cool name for a very distinguished voice.
Right. And he always played people that were croaky like that, you know? I think he also did Winnie the Pooh, you know?
Now,
Yes.
That's one that I used to make fun of when I was a kid because Winnie the Pooh was very creepy to me. Oh, Christopher Robin. Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if you would give me some honey?
Yeah. Oh, my naked bottom half is stuck inside of the wall.
Look at the bottom. And I'm going to draw a face right in the back of that. Right in the back of that.
Well, when your ass is stuck in a wall, somebody's probably just gonna come along and fuck it.
Oh no! Who wants Eeyore to do that to you?
And when it comes to my luck, it's probably gonna be 100-acre wood.
Winnie the Glory Hole.
Winnie the Ooh. Oh, that's a movie. I've got one. Paul Lynn,
Yes.
specifically from an episode of Bewitched, where, because for those of you that are old enough, he was the witch doctor, right? No, it was Dr. Bombay. He was Samantha's, he was related to Samantha in some way, but he showed up and he said that instead of his feet, her hurting him, he said, "My dogs are killing me." And the sight gag was, it was really his feet as dogs. And I think that they were barking, and he goes, "My dogs are killing me."
Before we go on, we have to do a brief commercial break for our sponsors, Geritol and Metamucil.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, I saw one time, speaking of the old gay comics, I saw Paul, what's his name with the confetti?
Shoot.
Rip Taylor.
Rip Taylor.
So I saw him twice over the space of like 3 months. He was probably doing a show when I was hanging out in West Hollywood, and I saw him twice walking past me at different places I was hanging out. And the first time I was like, "Holy shit, that's Paul Lynde!" And I overheard him being like, "Well, we better hurry up. We're gonna miss the curtain call." You know, walking.
Rip Taylor doing. Wow.
Just being himself, which was just the same as he always was.
Because he was just throwing the confetti.
This is the jokes, folks. And then I saw him the second time, like a couple months later, and I was like, okay, I can't let this go by twice without saying hello to him. So I go up to him. He's eating at Hamburger
Hamlet
off of Van Nuys.
No. In West Hollywood, the place like Hamburger Habit or whatever.
Oh,
it's called.
okay.
And he was sitting there eating a big sloppy burger, and I interrupt him and taking a big bite, and I'm like, "Sorry, Mr. Taylor, I'm just I'm a big fan." And he goes, "Say it louder."
Oh my gosh. Showbiz.
Yeah.
I love showbiz.
Oh yeah. I love it.
Quickly to touch on this, you know, as a member of the LGBTQIA the plus community.
I think of myself as LGBTQIA minus, but yes.
Minus, gotcha. That's funny. How is it? Is it any different being someone who is openly gay as a comedian with your stand-up and your material? Or I'd hope and imagine in this day and age, it's just kind of, you just do what you do and there's no biggie, right?
Yeah. I was lucky enough that I sort of started out in the 2000s when there were assholes, but I was funny enough that they had to act like they liked me. if off stage or whatever, like, yeah, that was really good, and then you find out later, oh, that guy's really homophobic or whatever. He just wasn't to me.
In terms of the other comics,
yeah, or some guy, you'd find out like, oh, that guy's like really a kind of an asshole, but he was nice to me in the moment or whatever. I got a lot of that over the years, and you can make people laugh even if they don't like you.
trust me. Oh, yeah.
You might know this.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Especially this guy.
What?
Huh? And now back to Geritol and Metamucil.
Just those references were old, man.
No, but it's fun to do that sometimes, to make super old ass we used to have a thing in our show where I would do a whole Michael Jackson bit. Now I couldn't even imagine.
Who's that? That's
right.
So
I couldn't
old.
even imagine doing something like that now. How do you stay up on who's relevant? Do you go after the political guys mostly?
Yeah.
Or do you have any people that are in the like reality show art spaces too?
I don't watch a lot. I watch TV in hotel rooms when I'm on the road. I don't watch TV at home. So I try to like catch up on like broadcast TV or cable TV. I catch up on it when I'm in a hotel room. That's when I watch the stupidest stuff just to know what's happening. And I don't watch a lot of stuff at home. I watch like science fiction and European weird comedy and stuff.
You were gonna say German porn.
Yeah, I realize it's a family audience here.
Oh no.
Welcome to Berlin. Passport, safe word, please. we have to stamp your password with your safe word.
Who's your most recent one?
Oh, Elon. But see, these things bounce around in my head. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I should do that, and then I don't do it for years, and then I just bring it back.
Right.
Are you doing it like? Are you able to do it right away, or do you have to sit there and like, no, this syllable, that, oh no, the vowel, like
placement?
I don't do that.
Okay.
I talk back to the news. If somebody sounds funny, I just talk back to it.
Oh wow.
You imitate it right back to
Right
it
when
when
it
you hear
happens.
it. And then, I'm doing stand-up all the time, and impressions are probably like 1/3 of what I do in stand-up, maybe less. So, or maybe, somewhere between 25 and 30% or whatever. And so I'm always riffing on something, and sometimes it's like a voice that's not a specific guy, but like a kind of character,
Right.
So, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, I should just say that, I should just make this one guy or whatever. So I gave you a very bad answer to a very wonderful question.
That's a great answer.
That's a great answer. Before we let you go, because the time is drawing nigh.
I understand that, Mr. Brady.
Orson Wells, it's good to see you again, sir.
Yes, you've forgotten one thing that I have not forgotten.
What's that?
I think it's pointing at you right in your face, you see.
Hey, wait, Orson. What? Please, put it away.
It's Chekhov's gun, you understand.
Oh,
Which means that he has to use it before this thing is over.
Indeed I do. I was not cast as Slimer.
But wait, it was Chekhov's gun, but it happened at the end of the show, which is a non-linear way of getting to it, just like your father.
Which means...
It was alluded to. I think that handles the... My God, sir.
And in speaking of non-linear decomposition, look at your hand.
Well, what? It's trembling? It's... like I didn't exist in the first place?
Exactly.
But that means that the gun did, and it'll fall and go off into the roof.
Ouch! The ricochet got me!
Oh,
in my coochie cutters.
oh no, you'll never play rugby again.
Never. And it's still going.
Oh, but look, there's a small hole.
Oh, don't worry. There's a doctor in the house. I'll just throw confetti at it.
No! It's Dr. Taylor, MD.
See, this is the surgery, folks.
Welcome to the gayest ER in West Hollywood. 24 hours in the life of a gay ER doctor.
High blood pressure? Suck it off.
It's Dr. Rip Taylor like you've never seen him before. You've seen him in Las Vegas, but now you get to see him at work in the ER.
Low blood pressure? Swallow it.
Low blood pressure?
That's right. And the patient is diabetic.
Oh
no! Rip Taylor, like you've never seen him, with other gay comics like
Winnie the Pooh.
Christopher Robin, would you mind handing me the forceps? Clamps. And
Elon Musk.
Obviously, I'm completely different than I actually am. It's like nobody should be trans except like, what if I want to do it to like destroy it from the inside?
if you like ER, If you like medical shows, you will love Gay ER West Hollywood.
You know, well, Wayne, you made my arm disappear with your magic, and yet the rest of me is here limbless.
Well, that's just the price you pay for pulling a gun on me.
I suppose so. It's a message I'd like to give to all the living children out there.
Please do.
If a gun is referenced, you're not under the requirement from some ancient Russian playwright to bring it up at the end of the proceedings. You might as well just let the gun sit on the wall. That's a perfectly wonderful use for a gun. The more you know.
And on that note,
Do.
Star Rainbow.
Yes, Star Rainbow.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please, a big round of applause for our guest. Oh, wait a second before we do that. Tell us where we can see you. Will you be on the road?
Yes, I'll be at the Chattanooga Film Festival in June. And have further dates that'll be listed on my website and also my link tree, which is a little bit more updated than my website.
And check out his spicy links. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on Instagram, and my special Path of Most Resistance is on YouTube, 800 Pound Gorilla.
800. Wait, why do I know 800-pound gorilla?
They're a comedy record label, pal.
That's how I think I discovered you. That's exactly it. That's
yes.
it.
Go through the portal.
It came
Wayne
full
Brady
circle.
has
It came full circle. 800-pound gorilla. Super funny stuff.
Yes, they are.
Super funny and super musical. And yeah, you were great, man.
Thanks. It's
a
always a pleasure to meet you
It's a
finally.
pleasure.
Absolutely.
Jonathan, please give us our outro.
Good later.
That was a Headgum podcast.